فإذا استويت أنت ومن معك على الفلك فقل الحمد لله الذي نجانا من القوم الظالمين.
And then, when you and those accompanying you are firmly seated in the ark, say, Thanks be to Allah, who has delivered us from the wrongdoing people.
30. The fact that Allah should be praised and thanked for the annihilation of those people, is a clear proof that they were the most wicked and villainous people in the world.
وَقُلْ رَبِّ أَنزِلْنِي مُنزَلًا مُبَارَكًا وَأَنْتَ خَيْرُ الْمُنزِلِينَ.
And say, My Lord, make my landing a blessed landing, for you are the best of those who can cause people to land in safety.
31. Landing, here does not simply mean touching and resting on the land, but it also implies the sense of hospitality, as if to say, O God, now we are thy guests and thou alone art our host.
إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ وَإِن كُنَّا لَمُبْتَلِينَ.
There are great signs in the story, and surely we do put people to test.
32. At the conclusion of the story of Prophet Noah, peace be upon him, particular attention has been drawn to the many signs in the story from which one can learn many lessons. For instance, the Prophet who invited the people to Tawheed was in the right and those who practiced and insisted on shirk and disbelief were in the wrong and were destroyed. That the same kind of conflict, which took place between Prophet Noah, peace be upon him, and his people, was going on in Mecca. Therefore, ultimately the Prophet, peace be upon him, will come out victorious over his antagonists just like Prophet Noah, peace be upon him. 33. This can also be translated as, we had to have to put people to the test. In each case the purpose is to warn the people that they will not be left alone after they have been granted power in the land and over good things of life, but Allah will put them to the test to see how they used their power. Whatever happened with the people of Noah was in accordance with this law, and the same will happen in future with any community which is raised to power.
ثُمَّ أَنشَأْنَا مِن بَعْدِهِمْ قَرْنًا آخَرِينَ.
Then, after them, we brought forth another generation.
35. It should be noted that all those people who opposed the messengers had three common characteristics.
فَأَرْسَلْنَا فِيهِمْ رَسُولًا مِّنْهُمْ أَنِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مَا لَكُم مِّنْ إِلَٰهٍ غَيْرُهُ أَفَلَا تَتَّقُونَ.
And we sent among them a messenger from among themselves, saying, Serve Allah, you have no God other than He. Do you have no fear?
وَقَالَ الْمَلَأُ مِنْ قَوْمِهِ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا وَكَذَّبُوا بِلِقَاءِ الْآخِرَةِ وَأَتْرَفْنَاهُمْ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا مَا هَذَا إِلَّا بَشَرٌ مِثْلُكُمْ يأكل مما تأكلون منه ويشرب مما تشربون.
The notables among his people who had refused to believe, and who denied the meeting of the hereafter, and those whom we had endowed with ease and comfort in this life, cried out, This is no other than a mortal like yourselves, who eats what you eat and drinks what you drink.
35. It should be noted that all those people who opposed the messengers had three common characteristics. 1. They were the chiefs of their people. 2. They denied life in the hereafter. 3. They were prosperous in the worldly life. Obviously, they loved the life of this world and could never conceive that their way of life, which had made them chiefs and brought prosperity, could ever be wrong. Therefore, They opposed their messengers, who took away their peace of mind, by preaching that there was a life after death and they shall have to render an account to Allah of what they did in this world. And this was exactly what was happening at Mecca.
وَلَئِنْ أَطَعْتُمْ بَشَرًا مِثْلَكُمْ إِنَّكُمْ إِذًا لَخَاسِرُونَ.
If you were to obey a human being like yourselves, you will certainly be losers.
36. Some commentators have wrongly opined that the chiefs exchanged these remarks against the messenger between themselves. These remarks in fact were addressed to the common people. When the chiefs felt that the message was spreading among the common people and there was a real danger that they would be influenced by the pure character of the messenger and that their superiority then would automatically come to an end, they began to delude them by raising such objections against him. It is worthwhile to note that both the chiefs of the people of Noah and the chiefs of the people of Ad accused their messengers of the lust for power, but as regards to themselves, they thought that power and prosperity were their inherent rights and they were in every respect entitled to be the chiefs of their people. 36a. These words show that the people of Ad were also not disbelievers in the existence of God. They too were involved in the sin of shirk. Refer to Surah Al-Araf, Ayat 70, Surah Hud, Ayats 53 to 54, Surah Hamim Sajda, Ayat 14, and Surah Al-Ahqaf, Ayats 21 to 22.
أَيَعِدُكُمْ أَنَّكُمْ إِذَا مِتُّمْ وَكُنْتُمْ تُرَابًا وَعِظَامًا أَنَّكُمْ مُخْرَجُونَ.
Does he promise you that when you are dead and are reduced to dust and bones, you will be brought forth to life?
هَيْهَاتَ هَيْهَاتَ لِمَا تُوعَدُونَ.
Far-fetched, utterly far-fetched is what you are being promised.
إِنْ هِيَ إِلَّا حَيَاتُنَا الدُّنْيَا نَمُوتُ وَنَحْيَا وَمَا نَحْنُ بِمَبْعُوثِينَ.
There is no other life than the life of the world. We shall live here, and here shall we die, and we are not going to be raised again.
إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا رَجُلٌ افْتَرَى عَلَى اللَّهِ كَذِبًا وَمَا نَحْنُ لَهُ بِمُؤْمِنِينَ.
This man has forged a mere lie in the name of Allah, and we shall never believe what he says.
قَالَ رَبِّ انصُرْنِي بِمَا كَذَّبُونَ.
The messenger said, My Lord, come to my help at their accusing me of lying.
قَالَ عَمَّا قَلِيلٍ لَيُصْبِحُنَّ نَادِمِينَ.
He answered, A short while, and they shall be repenting.
فأخذتهم الصيحة بالحق فجعلناهم غثاء فبعدا للقوم الظالمين.
Then a mighty blast quite justly overtook them, and we reduced them to a rubble. So away with the wrongdoing folk.
37. Lexically, the word ghutha means the rubbish which is brought by flood waters and is deposited on the banks to rot there.
ثم أنشأنا من بعدهم قرونا آخرين.
Then, after them, we brought forth other generations.
ما تسبق من أمة أجلها وما يستأخرون.
No nation can outstrip its term, nor can it put it back.
ثم أرسلنا رسلنا تترى كلما جاء أمة رسولها كذبوه فأتبعنا بعضهم بعضا وجعلناهم أحاديث فبعدا لقوم لا يؤمنون.
Then we sent our messengers in succession. Whenever a messenger came to his people, they rejected him, calling him a liar. Thereupon, we made each people to follow the other to its doom, reducing them to mere tales of the past. Scourged be the people who do not believe.
38. That is, those who do not believe in the messengers.
ثم أرسلنا موسى وأخاه هارون بآياتنا وسلطان مبين.
Then we sent Moses and his brother Aaron, peace be upon them, with our signs and a clear authority.
39. The use of a manifest authority along with our signs may either mean that the signs were clear proof that they were messengers of Allah, or the signs may refer to all other miracles of Prophet Moses, peace be upon him, then the staff, which may stand here for a clear authority, because the miracles shown by means of it were clear proof that the two brothers had been sent by Allah.
إلى فرعون وملئه فاستكبروا وكانوا قوما عالين.
To Pharaoh and to his chiefs, but they behaved superciliously, and they were haughty.
40. The words in the text may either mean, 1. They were highly arrogant and tyrannous people, or 2. They showed haughtiness and self-conceit. 40a for explanation, see EN 26.41.
فقالوا أنؤمن لبشرين مثلنا وقومهما لنا عابدون.
They said, shall we put faith in two mortals like ourselves, when their people are slaves to us?
6.41. Abid is worshipper. According to the Arab usage, to be a worshipper and a bondsman are almost synonymous. Therefore, when the prophets invited their people to worship Allah alone, they wanted them to worship and serve and obey none but Allah, and that is the real significance of the word ibadat. For further explanation, see EN 50 of Surah Al-Kahf.
فكذبوهما فكانوا من المهلكين.
So they rejected them, calling them liars, and they too eventually became of those that were destroyed.
(42) For further details of the story of Prophet Moses, peace be upon him, and Pharaoh, see Surah Al-Baqarah, ayats 49 to 50, Surah Al-Araf, ayats 103 to 136, Surah Yunus, ayats 75 to 92, Surah H0 ayats 96 to 99, Surah Bani Israel, ayats 101 to 104, Surah Taha, ayats 9 to 80, along with the relevant E.
وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا مُوسَى الْكِتَابَ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَهْتَدُونَ.
And we gave Moses, peace be upon him, the book, that people might be guided by it.
وَجَعَلْنَا ابْنَ مَرْيَمَ وَأُمَّهُ آيَةً وَآوَيْنَاهُمَا إِلَى رَبْوَةٍ ذَاتِ قَرَارٍ وَمَعِينٍ.
And we made Mary's son and his mother a sign, and we gave them refuge on a lofty ground, a peaceful site with springs flowing in it.
Ends. 43. The wording, we made the son of Mary and his mother a sign, is very significant, because it means that neither the son of Mary nor his mother was each a separate sign, but both of them together were a sign. This verse is a clear proof that a son was born to Mary without cohabitation with a man and that Jesus had no father. For further details see Surah Al-Imran, ayats 45 to 49, Surah An-Nisa, ayats 156, 171, Surah Maryam, ayats 16 to 35, and Surah Al-Anbiya, ayats 91, and the relevant ENs. In this connection, it should also be noted that the case of the error in regards to Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him, and his mother was different from the error in regard to other prophets, who were rejected because they were human beings. But the deviation in regard to Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him, and his mother was that the credulous people raised them from the low position of human beings to the high rank of Godhead. On the other hand, those who went to the other extreme accused Mary of unchastity, although they were witnesses of the miraculous birth of Jesus and had heard him speak in the cradle. 44. Different people have mentioned different places, like Damascus, Ramla, Jerusalem and Egypt, in regard to the plateau where Allah gave them shelter. From the Christian traditions it appears that Mary had to leave her home twice after the birth of Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him, first in the time of Herod when she took him to Egypt and stayed there till Herod's death, and then in the time of Archelaus when she took him to Nazareth in Galilee. Matthew 2:13-23. Therefore it cannot be said with certainty to which of these two emigrations the Quran refers here. It is, however, obvious that the place of shelter was a plateau which provided them with all the necessities of life.
يا أيها الرسل كلوا من الطيبات واعملوا صالحا إني بما تعملون عليم.
Messengers, partake of the things that are clean and act righteously. I know well all that you do.
45. In the preceding passage, verses 23 to 50, the stories of some prophets have been related as individuals, but in this verse all of them have been addressed together. However, it does not mean that they were present at one and the same place at the time of address. As a matter of fact, this way of address has been adopted to show that the message of all the messengers, who came to different countries in different ages, was the same and they all belonged to one and the same community, verse 52. Therefore the message to one messenger was meant to be the message for each one of them. In this verse, they have been addressed together as if they were present at one and the same place in order to emphasize the same aspect of the matter. But it is an irony that some people of this age have concluded that this verse has been addressed to those messengers who were to come after Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. It is obvious that this interpretation cannot fit in the context in which the verse occurs. 46. Pure things implies that they should be wholesome and must have been earned in lawful ways. Here the instruction, eat of the pure things, is meant to refute the theory and practice of asceticism. The Quran teaches the middle way between the life of asceticism and that of license. The fact that the instruction, eat of the pure things, precedes, do righteous deeds, is meant to impress that righteous deeds are meaningless without eating lawful provisions. The Prophet, peace be upon him, impressed this very thing by saying, O people, Allah is pure and loves pure things. Then he recited this, verse 51, and said, a person makes a long pilgrimage in a disheveled condition and prays with raised hands, O my Lord, whereas he eats unlawful food, wears unlawful clothes and has been brought up on unlawful provisions. How can such a one expect that Allah will grant his prayer? Related by Abu Huraira.
وَإِنَّ هَذِهِ أُمَّتُكُمْ أُمَّةً وَاحِدَةً وَأَنَا رَبُّكُمْ فَاتَّقُونِ.
This community of yours is one community, and I am your Lord, so hold me alone in fear.
47. The original Arabic word ummat, community, comprises those individuals who have some basic things common among them. All the messengers of Allah belonged to one and the same community because they had the same creed and the same religion and the same message. See also, Surah Al-Baqarah, ayats 130 to 133, 213, Surah Al-Imran, ayats 19 to 20, 33 to 34, 64, 79 to 85, Surah An-Nisa, ayats 150 to 152, Surah Al-Araf, ayats 59, 65, 73, 85, Surah Yusuf, ayats 37 to 40, Surah Maryam, ayats 49 to 59, and Surah Al-Anbiya, ayats 71 to 93, along with the relevant ends. 48.
فَتَقَطَّعُوا أَمْرَهُم بَيْنَهُمْ زُبُرًا كُلُّ حِزْبٍ بِمَا لَدَيْهِمْ فَرِحُونَ.
But people later cut up their religion into bits, each group rejoicing in what they have.
8. This is not a mere statement of a fact, but it is a link of the same argument which is being put forward from the very beginning of the surah. The argument is this: Islam has been the real and original religion of all the prophets from Noah to Jesus, peace be upon them all, because all of them brought and taught the same doctrines of Tawheed and the hereafter. On the contrary, all the other religions are the perversions of the real and original religion, which has been tampered with in many ways. Therefore, those who are following the perverted religions are in the wrong and not the Prophet, peace be upon him, who is inviting them to the real and original religion.